this hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet. I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die. Never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side. Yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Oakland Raiders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
On second down, Elliott. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. It's brought in by Dodson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
53, check 53. Pick it up, guys, pick it up.
They'll try the sweep with Elliott. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Brought down at the 31-yard line.
On second down now, it's Elliott. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively.
Check four.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Fairbairn able to put this one through. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have better.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Off the edge, Mario Addison gets the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Throwing is Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Here we go, son. 53's mine. Check, 53's mine. Yeah.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
The evolution of Clay Matthews as a player, it's just one that they're going to end up writing books about. He didn't even start until his senior year at USC. He didn't start in high school, and now he's at all-pro level in the NFL. How about the play he just made there?
Well, he has certainly made a name for himself. William Clay Matthews, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
At the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Check. I'll go special.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And it's complete. Henry And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
First down.
Touch 50, touch 50. Go, go, go. Check 22, check,
First down, a run with Cohen. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Cohen, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
36 power. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Wilson now to throw on third down. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And that's complete to Jeffrey. The 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
Looking to throw on second down. Wilson out to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
I got you. I got you. 25.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, if you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
On first down, it's Elliott. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Mike, 53, lady. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. 53 to Mike. Hey, Echo. 53.
On second and 12, Darnold. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Kill.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
I got you.
On second down now, it's Elliott. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 13-yard line. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
They'll run on first down. Elliott. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down, it's Elliott. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
The Raiders on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Darnold. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. Darnold a sneak. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Mark Barron. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. They come out here in the eye. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Fairbairn is good. So we've reached halftime here in Oakland with the Raiders on top. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And down to the 28-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Looked like they picked a heck of a time to run the counter.
And we've been saying that in this great game of football probably since we started playing. Anytime you get guys thinking you're going to go one.
Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. On first down, Wilson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you can take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Right here, right here.
Wilson will throw again. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 34-yard line.
You and I both know most coaches are really fearful about their quarterbacks running with the ball. They don't want them to take that big hit. I don't think they worry about that with Russell Wilson. He's so smart in what he does, and we just saw it there on that scramble.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Carl Nassib showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Wilson. Thomas has got it, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Cohen, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Wilson, the quick slant caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tariq Cohen. His 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Parkey adds the extra point, and the lead down to 3 at 13-10. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Again, it's Elliott. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. A 20th carry here for Elliott. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check right, check right.
They go to Elliott again. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Here we go, here we go. Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4. Hey, Charlie. You.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 31-yard line. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. Safarian-Jenkins has it. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Yo.
Darnold now to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll go down as a loss of 8. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Inside. 54, right there. 54, Mike. It's a party now.
To the air again, Darnold. He's got his man. This is Jackson. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
19.
Now Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. He's got his tight end, Burton. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Wilson now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. He'll have a first down past the 40. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Wilson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Ndamukong Suh with a sack. We've seen that a ton since he entered the league in 2010. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He completes it to Henry. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Mike 58 right there. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. Hey, 0, 0, 0.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he completes it to Cohen. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. It's complete to Snead. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Snead's got it. And he's going to be brought down at the 5 at the 6. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. On the ground, it's Thomas, and able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Wilson to throw. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now Darnold. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. One last throw now for Darnold. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Juju Smith-Schuster finding the end zone on the game's final play. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front.
Up and up, it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic.